Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of KB&J Adventures. Today we're in Cozumel, Mexico on our cruise on the Disney Treasure. So me and my dad are doing the ATV Excursion. So stay tuned. So we were originally supposed to be in the British Virgin Islands and then the US Virgin Islands. But Hurricane Melissa is over there. And so we found out once we got on the cruise that we're being rerouted, new itinerary, and we're stopping at Cozumel, Mexico. So didn't really have much time to plan, didn't have any time to plan, but we saw an ATV, aka a four-wheeler excursion, and we decided to do that, check out the terrain.
The small part of the island, and when we go today is right here, almost the last point on this island. So normally time to get there is like an hour and a half. But today with our driver, Luciano, we'll be just in 20 minutes. 20 minutes with our driver. He's a professional driver, right?
So that made me a little nervous when he said the guy was going to make like an hour ride into 20 minutes. Kind of wondered what kind of crazy ride we were in for in Mexico, but it actually wasn't bad. Pretty smooth, nice vehicle, you know, felt good and safe, you know, you didn't drive crazy. So I don't know if that was just a pitch or what, but it was a nice ride over there. It didn't seem to take too long. Got to kind of see the town and, you know, the water and some of the shops. So overall, it looked pretty nice. And they had a little safety brief, and they give you a bandana and a few things like that. It didn't take too long, and before you know it, we were off riding. It was pretty rocky terrain. A lot of, you know, rocks and stuff, so you couldn't go super fast. And it was cool seeing the brush. Not a lot of mountains or anything, so you didn't get very many long views. There are a couple stops where they go through some of the cultural and history of the area.
Right here you can see the altar. We call it here Altar de Muertos. Altar de Muertos. This is like a table for offerings. If you can see. All right. Like that, guys. Right here we can see more clear what about the Mayan. This is the Yucatan Peninsula. And
then we were back on the four-wheelers doing some more riding, going to another area that we can get around and take a look at.
This island was underwater million years ago, and that's the reason on your pier or on the downtown or here on the jungle we can see a formation like this one. So look at that. This is a brain coral skeleton. It's a fossil. But everywhere you're going, we can.
Okay, guys, we made it back. They did offer bottled water at this point, so it was really nice to have because it was still a pretty warm day. After the ATV site, the tour includes a stop at Kuza Beach. Seems like a pretty nice area, and they're making some like additional parts to it, like they're building a water park and they're building a zip line. So it's gonna be a pretty neat little area. Right now, there's it's just a beach, really clear water, and a lot of activities to do. So that's what we're checking out right now. A lot of boats out there. I don't know if that's where the dive excursions are. The beach area was really nice. It's called Kuza, and it's an area that they're kind of building some stuff up around. They were still working on a water park and zip lines. They weren't open when we were there. We took a nice tram. It was a cool electric tram, nice and quiet, no fumes. Seemed like a nice area, really nice park, and they took us to the beach. One thing that's pretty good is the shade. All these little trees, easy to walk through, but give great shade. So it is nice. This beach does have a lot of shade. It's real easy. You'd like to find a chair under some shade somewhere. Restroom, changing, fresh water, shade, the beach. A lot of activities you can do. Seems like a pretty good area. That's cool. Nice quiet electric tram.
They're gonna have a zip line one day and a water park.
Yeah, they said they're building a water park here and a zip line. You can actually see the slides.
When did they say it opens?
He said it should be done this year, but you know, who knows? Looks like it's pretty close.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
We had about an hour or so here, so just kind of chilled and walked around and enjoyed the water. You could eat, things like that. And after that, they took us back to our shuttle, and quick little ride. I say quick. It was probably, you know, maybe a 45 minute ride or so back to the ship. They kind of drop you off at the little mall area there, and from there you would just walk back to your ship. Try to remember how you came out. They kind of guided you out, but when you get back there, they don't really guide you right back to the ship. So you got to kind of like go upstairs on the top part of the mall area and then walk across to the ship.